listening to Standards in 10 Minutes from The Standard Show, the podcast that brings you the stories behind the standards with Matthew Childs and Cindy Parakill.
Hello, my name is Matthew Childs.
And I'm Cindy Parakill.
And this Standard in 10 Minutes is PAS 1948, Diversity, Equity and Inclusion in the Workplace. Here are 10 things you need to know.
Number 1. What the standard is all about.
The Standard PAS 1948 is all about diversity, equity and inclusion, or DEI, in the workplace. It provides organisations with practical how-to guidance and a number of simple workplace tools to develop and implement both a framework and a culture that encourages, promotes and supports DEI in the workplace. Number 2. Why the standard has been developed.
The World Economic Forum has cited 3 key reasons why diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace is so important. There's a moral imperative. Giving equal access and opportunities to all people to work under fair and equitable conditions is simply the right thing to do. There's a legal imperative. The International Labour Organization has put into action a range of conventions to eliminate discrimination from all aspects of work. And there's an economic imperative. A wide range of research shows that diverse teams significantly outperform homogeneous ones over time. And we know that organizations overwhelmingly want to support greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. But despite these imperatives, they don't know where best to start. So it was in this context that PAS 1948 was developed, a practical set of recommendations and considerations to help any size or type of organization to improve DEI in the workplace. Number 3. What is a PAS?
A PAS is a fast-track standardisation document, the result of an expert consulting service from BSI. It defines good practice for a product, service or process, and it's a powerful way to establish the integrity of an innovation or approach. A PAS is best suited to areas where new concepts are becoming widely accepted and minimal change is expected. Sponsored by industry leaders, government, trade associations and professional bodies, a PAS is developed by a steering group or advisory group of stakeholders selected from relevant fields and led by BSI. It's also an important route to international standards. Around 30% of PASs developed by BSI have gone on to become international standards, such as ISO standards. Number 4. Who the standard is for.
PAS 1948 is based on 4 fundamental principles. That inclusivity is everyone's responsibility, not just HR. That not everyone works in an office. That the 4th Industrial Revolution is changing the way we live and work. And that the economic case for inclusive workplaces, having been proven, is shifting the focus from why to how. So, because of these 4 principles, PAS 1948 is accessible to anyone: organization leaders, HR professionals, finance managers, communications, marketing and branding professionals, technology teams, and so on. It's also for trade unions and employee association representatives, as well as advisors, auditors, and investors. And not only that, it is applicable to any organization too, any type, size, or sector, anywhere in the world. It applies where the workplace is an office, but it could just as easily be a studio, stadium, shop, science lab, or safari park. Number 5. What's in the standard?
This standard is not a prescriptive checklist or set of rules to be implemented in a specific order. Instead, it's a set of recommendations and considerations when developing a framework that works for the organisation using it, based on its own specific aims and objectives, operating practices and budget. The areas covered by PAS 1948 include understanding and implementing concepts such as diversity of thought, dimensions of diversity, intercultural competence, cognitive diversity, and inclusive by design. It also covers practical measures, such as for recruitment and retention, and it looks at how organisations can address behaviour which is inconsistent with DEI principles, as well as how to engage and support underrepresented social and cultural groups, for example, via peer networks. Number 6. Using the standard.
PAS 1948 is a type of standard known as Code of Practice. This means it takes the form of recommendations and guidance. And because it is a code of practice, it is not to be quoted as if it were a specification. This means that organizations using the standard are expected to ensure that claims of compliance are not misleading. It also means that they may substitute any of the recommendations in the PAS with practices of equivalent or better outcome. However, any user claiming compliance with the PAS is expected to be able to justify any course of action that deviates from its recommendations. Number 7. Benefits of using the standard.
The key benefit of PAS 1948 is that it enables organisations to be more authentically diverse and inclusive. This in turn can attract talent, create trust, spark innovation, and lead to improved performance, profitability, and organisational success. There are other benefits too. It allows organisations to develop and implement a strategy that fits with their existing values, aims, objectives, and budget. It can be incorporated into an existing ESG strategy and help organisations prepare for new workplace laws and regulations, such as the EU Women on Boards Directive. And it can help with next generation product development, encourage innovation, and explore new and emerging technologies, such as AI. Number 8. How it works alongside other standards.
PAS 1948 shows organizations how to develop and implement policies and practices to support their diversity, equity, and inclusion aims and objectives. As such, it is intended to be used as a practical implementation guide for other framework standards. These include ISO 30415, Diversity and Inclusion in Human Resource Management, and ISO 45003, Psychological Health and Safety at Work. Number 9. How it works alongside regulation.
The standard PAS 1948 is not based upon any specific law or regulation, nor does it make reference to local, national, or international employment laws or regulations. But it does include and make reference to other standards and principle statements issued by organisations, research institutes, government agencies, and other bodies. Number 10. The people involved in developing the standard.
PAS 1948 was sponsored by the All-In Diversity Project, a not-for-profit initiative that benchmarks diversity, equality, and inclusion. And it was developed through consensus with a wide range of relevant stakeholders, facilitated by BSI. The steering group members included Innovate UK, Oxford University Press, Skills for UK, and Women on Boards.
So, there you have it, a standard in 10 minutes. PAS 1948, Diversity, Equity and Inclusion in the Workplace.
You have been listening to Standards in 10 Minutes from The Standard Show. Subscribe to us now, wherever you get your podcasts.
You just heard a Stripped Media production.